Alright y'all, so this is my first video and I am going to be telling you about my experience on the 21 Day Fix. So I decided to do this video kind of last minute, and so I've already been doing the 21 Day Fix. So I wanted to take this video in a little bit of a different direction. I can't do the full results before and after type of deal that you see in many videos. I might do that at a later date, but that's not what I can do right now because I already started. I thought I'd instead make a video about how I make the 21 Day Fix work for me. So I think there are two types of people that are maybe drawn to this program. People who are pretty good at dieting already and just need to pick up the exercise. It's a really approachable program. It's for beginners, intermediate. And then the second type would be people who maybe already have a healthy exercise routine in place, just need a little assistance with the diet. And then I guess, of course, there's the third option, which is people who are just trying to start from working on both. I am more in the second camp, which is good at exercise, not so good at diet. I love exercising. If I could just be a personal trainer or get paid to exercise, that would be amazing. I exercise every day, usually. Sometimes I miss a day here and there, but if I can, I exercise every day, and I find that it helps my mental health so much. It just makes me feel good. I am not so good at the diet. I have tried every kind of diet. I've tried keto. I've tried paleo. I've tried Atkins. I've tried Weight Watchers. I've tried Jenny Craig. I've tried them all. And I just find that they just don't work for me. Well, Jenny Craig is just very expensive. The keto diet, paleo diet, Atkins diet, any of those diets where you can eat as much as you want, more or less. I know there are limitations around that. But just of specific food groups don't seem to work for me. I always end up gaining weight. Weight Watchers, I even gained weight on. Couldn't believe it. So the 21 Day Fix is the one program that I have tried before that I know works, that I know if I do it, if I stick to it, I'm going to actually lose weight. And that is amazing. It's an amazing feeling to find something that actually works for you. I've done it a few times, and in the past I was really dedicated to meal prep. I'd get those 5 at a time meal prep things that you can get from Beachbody On Demand, or different third-party websites have posted those as well, and make the full meal prep. But this time I decided to do it a little bit differently because I actually wanted to do it for 8 weeks. I've never done multiple rounds before, because in a few weeks I am getting married. Yay! And so I had good motivation to really go for it with sticking to the diet. I knew that in order to sustain the full 8 weeks, I'd have to make it a program that was livable for me. So I know that I can stick to a diet pretty well during the week. I'll tell you how I do that, how I make that work for me. But I know that on the weekends, I am just gonna have some trouble. And I like to go out and socialize, and I don't like to drink a ton, but I like to drink some. So, in order to make the meal plan livable for me, I try to really limit my carbohydrates during the week. So, according to the meal plan, I would be on plan A, which would mean I would be given 2 yellows or 2 carbohydrates a day, or a cup of carbohydrates a day. You have the option on 21 Day Fix to 3 times a week substitute out a yellow for one of the treat foods, which includes chocolate, for example, but also includes wine, 5 ounces of wine. So I do I save my yellows for the weekend. And I also don't limit it to the three. If I'm out at a barbecue or a nice dinner, I don't drink to get drunk, but I might have 2 glasses of wine at a nice dinner in the course of an evening, and then maybe when I'm out earlier the day before, I'll get like a hard kombucha or something, which is now a very big thing, and it isn't technically also part of the meal plan. I think kombucha actually is classified as a yellow, but hard kombucha not exactly on there. And I don't worry about it too much. I know that I would rather do that than have some quinoa with my salads during the week, and that's just what works for me. I still get results, and I end up feeling more fulfilled. I don't feel so limited as I would feel if I went out on the weekend and couldn't participate and couldn't enjoy. This is making it sound like I drink a ton. I also don't drink a lot, so that helps too. If you drink a lot more than I do, then that might not work for you. But if I have maybe over the course of a weekend 2 or 3 alcoholic beverages, then I count that. And I also don't drink not wine or not the hard kombucha. I don't drink beer when I'm on the 21-day fix. I don't drink spirits when I'm on the 21-day fix. I know that spirits are okay with some of the like low carb diets, so maybe they would be, but I stick to what I know is, at least arguably part of the program. Yeah, and I also know that weekends are going to be a time when I might let my guard down a little bit, and I might decide I'm going to have a bite of that pizza, or I might get really hungry and forget to bring stuff with me. So I do always try to choose the healthier option. I do always try to come prepared with things like carrots and tomatoes. But sometimes life catches you off guard. And so I try to choose the best option that I can. And I also try to incorporate throughout the course of the week a couple other workouts. So I love the 21-day fix workouts. They're really manageable and bite-sized, but as I mentioned, I work out a lot. I love working out, and so I might try to go hiking on the weekend in addition to the 21-day fix, or I might try to go on a long bike ride earlier in the week in addition to the exercise from the 21-day fix. Just little things to not exercise for the sake of eating. I don't know that that's a great healthy body image I'd like to promote, but exercise for the sake of exercising, and then also not be so worried about the little fuzziness around the edge. Yeah, another example of that fuzziness is that I try to drink my coffee black when I'm on the 21-day fix, but sometimes it's really nice to have a splash of cream in your coffee, and that's technically not on the program. So if I do that a couple times a week, and the rest of the week I'm eating well and also doing extra workouts, then I feel fine about it. So within reason, to make it more sustainable, weekends are still hard, but with these little modifications, it makes it doable. So during the week, I'm a lot better at sticking to the meal plan. I'm a vegetarian actually, and so I end up eating a lot of eggs and yogurt, Greek yogurt. I know that tofu is part of the meal plan too, but I don't know, I just find that it doesn't fill me up as much as the equivalent of Greek yogurt, so I end up having a lot of that. I know that I can be pretty good at a diet during the day. but my downfall happens at night. Okay, this is the notorious diet killer for me, is that I just get home and I want to unwind, and part of unwinding for me involves a little treat. And it's something that I would like to pay attention to and notice, because long term I think it would be, it's I think probably healthier if you don't end up eating too much at night. But that's just not where I'm at right now. And a big part of the 21 Day Fix journey for me, and my fitness journey in general, is accepting where I'm at. So I know that I like to come home and I like to eat, you know? So I eat pretty well during the day. I will try to make sure that I have at least two proteins, my healthy fat, and a fruit saved for 8 p.m. or later. The protein, I will like to have a couple eggs, maybe. And I love cheese at night, so I'll have a little cheese at night. And then the other protein, I'll have some Greek yogurt with some fruit and some stevia. I don't always manage to save all of those. Sometimes I'll have cheese earlier in the day, or sometimes I'll only have one protein left. But if I can, I try to save all of those things for the end of the day, when I just know that I'm gonna want to eat, and eat the stuff that maybe wouldn't be maybe wouldn't be the best for me to be eating at that time. So I find that doing that is, again, acknowledging where I'm at with my process, and sort of just like the weekends are, where I want to approach this diet from a place that's sustainable, and a place that actually fits where I'm at and what I can make work. And so I save a little bit for the weekends. I also save a little bit for the nighttime. Awareness of my own pattern with that. It gives me anxiety when I realize it's the coming close to the last part of the day and I don't have much food left. It actually gives me anxiety when I have eaten all of the food that's allocated to me for the day. It sort of triggers a hunger response, even if I'm not actually hungry. And so saving food for the end of the day also manages to take care of that. I then in the mornings will work out, have coffee, and maybe not eat breakfast till about 10. Again, that's hit or miss. I mean, I had breakfast at 8:30 this morning. I was hungry. But yeah, if I know that the mornings are not my time when I'm gonna eat stuff that I shouldn't be eating. And so if I can maximize that, I do that. Yeah, those are my main tips. The other thing I do is that this program, so on this program, you're given greens as the green container, which tells you the vegetables that you can eat for the day. I don't limit myself on vegetables. I treat the vegetables as a minimum rather than a maximum. So I make sure I have at least 3 greens a day. But if I get hungry, I reach for more vegetables to fill me up, particularly if it's earlier in the day and I want to save my protein and fat and fruit for later. So I might have a big salad that I make for lunch, and then save my second protein of the day for a snack around 3 p.m. rather than eating them together, right? Because if I eat enough vegetables, and honestly, it fills me up. It fills me up for some time. And I find that the trickiest thing for me is feeling like I can't eat something. And knowing, even if it's vegetables, that I can eat more also kind of takes the pressure off. So, this is all stuff that I've picked up after a couple of times trying this program. Honestly, if it's your first time trying the program, then stick to what Autumn says you should do. It's the program, the form of the program that is more or less guaranteed to get you the results that you're looking for, right? As you continue to play around with it, any of these tips that I offer, you might consider, especially if it's the type of thing that you're trying to do for a longer period of your life. I think any sort of diet, in order to be really sustainable, has to be something that takes into account what your strengths and weaknesses are and works with them rather than against them. You know, I know I'm strong about not having junk food in the morning, but not so at night. I'm working on that, right? I'll go for the tea instead. But before I have come to the enlightened state with that, it's also just good to acknowledge where I'm at, and then I don't feel guilty about it, right? This program will give you results. You can benefit from it. I'm not a Beachbody coach, I'm just a Beachbody fan saying that. So good luck. I wish you the best, and I am hoping to be in wonderful shape for my wedding, and hopefully you will see some other videos of me before that time. All right? So any questions that you have, feel free to comment below, and I will try to respond to those. Okay? Good luck.